My name is Debs, and I'm from Toronto, where I'm in a geek band called Debs and Errol. I'm going to talk about the recording signal flow in my home studio using the awesome power of paint.
Woohoo! Yay!
I'll go through my equipment first and then get into the signal flow. I hope you enjoy. There are three main pieces of equipment that I use to record at home. So the first is a microphone, the second is an audio interface, and the third, of course, is my computer with its digital audio workstation. I have several microphones because I have nice friends who lend me microphones, but the one that I use the most frequently is an Audio-Technica 4040 cardioid condenser. The condenser is very sensitive over a wide range of frequencies, and that's why it's good for studio recording. Cardioid means that the microphone picks up sound that's sort of within a heart shape, which you can see here, and so it's best to sing in this space if you're using one. Next, we have the audio interface. Mine is an M-Audio Fast Track Pro, and it's got two inputs for XLR or 1/4-inch cables, and that's great because it means that I can record two things at once, for example, vocals and guitar. It's also got MIDI capability, which is always good. I'll explain more about what the audio interface does in just a bit. Last but not least, I've got my computer. It's a 2007 MacBook, and I use GarageBand version 5.1 as my digital audio workstation, or DAW. And yes, I know that my computer is really, really old. So those are my three pieces of equipment: microphone, audio interface, and computer with its digital audio workstation. Now let's put them together. The microphone is connected to the audio interface via an XLR cable, which is pretty much what all microphones use. If I'm playing guitar, I connect in via a 1/4-inch cable. Next, the audio interface connects to my computer via a USB cable. So when I'm recording, my setup basically looks like this. Da, 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 da. Now let's move on to signal flow, aka how the sound that I make gets into my computer and back to my ears. So here I am. Let's say I want to sing about narwhals, because narwhals are so awesome, right? Okay, so we're going to sing about narwhals. So I sing, and sound happens and hits the microphone. The microphone is an input transducer. A transducer is something that converts one type of energy into another type without changing the signal. So in this case, the pressure variations or sound are being converted into voltage variations, an analog signal. The analog signal travels along the XLR cable, and then it hits the audio interface, which has a bunch of magical parts. Nice. First, it hits the microphone preamp, and what that does is to bring the signal up to a standard operating level. So the signal is basically amplified. After that, it hits the analog to digital converter, and that means binary, which is a language that the computer can actually deal with. So now the signal has awesome digital power, and it moves along the USB cable into the computer and the digital audio workstation, in my case, GarageBand. So that is how the signal flow works and how sound gets from me singing it into my computer. The microphone converts the pressure variations in the air into an analog signal. The audio interface amplifies that signal and converts it into a digital signal, and then that digital signal is sent to my computer. Now, to get sound out of the computer and into our ears, the signal is basically reversed. The signal goes through a digital to analog converter, so it's back into analog now, then into an output transducer, such as a speaker or headphones, and then it's converted back into sound pressure variations. And then it hits your ears for awesome times. If you're wondering, my cables really are this messy. So that's the video, and my assignment is done. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you so much for watching.